Hey, hi guys, welcome to Gusto TV Africa. You know how we do it on Brothr Naija updates. Yes, I brought another amazing, juicy, interesting news for you today. Guess what? It's about Pere and White Money. And guess what? Pere has finally relieved White Money of his kitchen duties. I know, right? I've said all of this before and all of that. I know you're gonna say that, but then Pere has decided to, make it known with the emblem of authority on his neck. He has decided to, let me make this announcement official. No more side talks, no more small groups and small chit chats. Let me make it official in front of everybody. So he called a meeting with every one of the housemates in the house. And then while they were seated, he sat on his head of house chair and made that declaration yesterday that, White Money, I want you to, stop going to the kitchen to cook for everybody. It's not permanently your duty. And because Boma asked you to be in charge last week, this is a new regime. So I want you to I want every other person to be, into the kitchen duties too. I don't want it to be only you all the time. And then White Money was busy, doing his, okay, no problem. I'm cool, whatever. I'm down with whatever, and all of that. So, Pere was also stressing that kitchen monopoly is not healthy for the housemates, as other people know how to cook as well. Don't make it look like it's all on you and all of that. So after they had that conversation, he just stood up. And then before he stood up, Nini was like, you know what? Why don't we vote on this? Because you can't just come up with, an announcement like that or a declaration. And then Pere was like, I said what I said, It is what it is, and then he stood up and then he moved. And then it feels like, authority is actually intoxicating, if you ask me. And then, Pere is actually a different person this week. He's just all on, I said this and that's how it's going to go. I said that and that's how it will be. My word seems to be final, And I know some of you will be like, very soon now, Pere will give you better instruction. You need to talk to me with authority and all of that. Well, I just hope that does not happen this week. Anyways, now moving on, we have, the winner of yesterday's Guinness task. Okay, the winner of yesterday's Guinness task was Team Gold, which comprises of Emmanuel, we had Nini, we also had Peace in the same group, we had Princess in the same group, and we had Michael and Licoro. So all of these 7 people won their task yesterday. And then, you know what? Guinness was they were the most creative team. They handled the task so well. They did it they understood the brief at once, and they organized themselves without even having a notepad, and which was very applaudable because they actually worked together, all of them at once, and then they did everything spectacularly. I totally agree with Guinness's, feedback on that task, and then they won. And guess what? They won as well. All of them, 7 people, they won 3.5 million naira, which means they are going to have 500,000 naira each to themselves. Well, congratulations, guys. I'm really, really happy for you, especially Princess, who seems to be on nomination for this week's eviction. If eventually she doesn't, stay in the house for 1 more week, at least we know that, she's going home with 500,000 naira to herself. And guess what? That's not all. Guinness have also promised them that, after, the whole show, we are going to have to your house 6 months delivery of Guinness. Wow, that's really amazing. And funny enough, all of them take alcohol, so it's going to be very useful for them, which is very, 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 nice that they are starting to win something. Now, moving on, we also have another gang that happened yesterday. So guess what? Was Licoro's time to cook. Now, let me first of all state this. While Pere was actually making that, declaration that, White Money, I don't want you, to be the only person handling the kitchen duties anymore. He also nominated about 3 to 4 people. He nominated Licoro, he nominated Angel, he also nominated Tega and Princess to be handling the kitchen and cook for everybody. And guess what? I guess it was Licoro's turn yesterday, and Licoro's cooked for few people. Licoro's cooked spaghetti, and then some people were complaining after, sharing the food that, look, I didn't get a chance to eat from that spaghetti, and a whole lot of people were hungry after the Guinness task. And this kind of sent me a signal, because only the people she relates with actually ate the food. People like Maria, Emmanuel, Pere, and I was like, why? Like a big chunk of people did not eat that food yesterday. And then there was this argument there and there. And then guess what? Why Money to the rescue again? He went into the kitchen and prepared rice and stew for them. And guess what? The housemates, all of them actually waited for Why Money to finish cooking, and then they all ate his food. Like, it never ends with this guy. Like, there's always so much to him. Like, first of all, they relieve him of his duty. If it was me, I swear, I will not go to that kitchen because they've told me to rest. So, better rest. You don't try, do better rest. But guess what? Why Money was like, you know what? They are my housemates and I love them. Why not? If not. And then, he stood up and made food. And guess what? I noticed that he cooked actually very late yesterday because I think he finished cooking around 2 a.m. or so. And then the whole housemates, even the ones that ate spaghetti, they waited and they ate his food. Like, nice one, guys. Nice one. I really want to see how this thing goes because Pere seems to be, attacking Why Money lately. Because I'm saying this because I know some of you are going to come at me. I'm saying this because Why Money and Maria were seen in, the head of house room, discussing about Why Money strategy. And they said that, Pere was like, Why Money strategy is to cook in this house. So everybody will be dependent on him and they will not see him as a threat until the final week, which is not a lie. I mean, if that was the strategy, he's really doing well about it. But then, Pere now swore that, you know what? I am not going to let him have that. I am going to, attack his strategy and I'm going to make sure that he doesn't follow through with that strategy. Yes, Pere said that to Maria, and Maria also said that she's feeling disgusted with the way he's always exaggerating his stories, always adding pepper and salt to it. Like, they're becoming so unbelievable, and it's like disgusting her, like, especially with the hair thing that she had it up to her here yesterday when he was talking about how his hair was up to 18 inches in 2 years. And then, she couldn't take it anymore. So she had to attack him. And then she was attacking him because she feels like she needs to educate the other housemates so they don't just believe everything he says. And then, Pere also said that, I think the housemates are dumb to be believing his stories. But guess what? Pere to the rescue. I'm going to make sure that I counter every of his moves. So that denotes, guys, that we are going to see a whole lot of drama from Pere and Why Money. Although Why Money seems to be taking everything, lightly, slowly and all of that. He has not really had any provocations yet. Yes, he has not had any provocations yet. But let's see how much Pere is going to push him to that level, because it seems like Pere is up in this big brother's house to make sure that it thwarts every plan that Why Money has. So let's just have our eyes, peeled to that particular, strategy. Let's see how this goes. And then moving on, I really want to know what you guys think about the food situation, because if this continues, I also heard that, Tega was complaining about how she cannot cook for a whole lot of people, like 23 people are too much for her. And then Angel too also complained that she can cook, but she cannot cook for everybody at once. It's too much. Even Likoro said it yesterday. And Maria was like, you know what, you guys are going to come together and do this thing. But Maria is also, feeling really bad, that the people that they nominated are not actually doing their duties. Because at the end of the day, when Likorose or Angel or Princess is in the kitchen, they seem to always want Why Money to also be there with them. Like, it seems Why Money knows his way around the kitchen, and they also want him around, to give them guides and all of that. And this is really pissing out because they've already asked him to stay away. And now you guys that we appointed, you're bringing him back to the kitchen. Isn't it a funny twist? Plot. Like, I really want to see how this goes before the end of the week. They need to give us that gas goes we have been looking for, and this seems to be the content that you guys are clamoring for. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Like I always say, there's a whole lot of drama in that house, but last all of them good day. All right, that's all I have for you guys right now. But till I come your way next time, please always remember to turn on your notification bell if you are new to the channel, and then tell others to subscribe to Gusto TV Africa. Till I come your way next time, I remain Helen. Bye.